All right. Good evening. I said I would drop a video presentation on introduction on Pixellab. So this is my Pixellab. Okay, let me go back again. Let me go back again. I just clicked on Pixellab. So this is it. This was the work I just did. So I'll be introducing us to all these buttons, what they are. Okay, let's start from the top. Now, my cursor is showing. Okay, now this plus sign here is used to either add text. Add text is like you saw, I wrote we begin this night. So if you click on add text here, you select text, you can write any new thing in it and it will appear here. Let's say for instance I want to write on this. I click on this pen sign, click on pen sign, and I delete this original text and I write Gerraxmedia. I click OK. Now if you watch, this Gerraxmedia is in small letters. If I want everything to be in capital letter, I go ahead and press this TT, this one here, and it appears on the capital letter. Then I can down do OK, and my text is here. Now the button you see here that looks like a memory card is used to save this work as a project. Now when I save it as a project, it is saved on my Pixellab app, and as long as I have the app, I can come back to it anytime to work on this app. For instance, if I save this as a project now, I click on save as a project, to ask me to name the project. Now I have done similar thing before. I have saved this work as a project before. Let me show you. When you click on this button here down, you will see my project. If I click on my project, you're going to see I've named this work already, graphics training. So these are some of my works I've done so far. That's not what we're looking at now. So that is the work of this button. Now this button is used to share. When you are done working and you want to maybe export the image to WhatsApp, to your gallery and all, you can also use that place to share. This share also works hand in hand with this memory card button. With this memory card button, aside from saving as a project, I can also save it as an image to my gallery. It's the same thing with this share button. All right. Now, I will jump this because it's not really our contemplation now. This is where you can get codes. Let's say you are typing something, maybe you want to upload stuff on your WhatsApp or something. You can get quotes for the day, quotes, any quotes, and then when you click on, let's say, secret of getting ahead is getting started. I click on it. Would you like to use the selected text? I click OK. You see, it has added to that write up I had here before. You see, so before you use this, you first create a text, and when you create a text, you can go ahead to
For just $49, you can create unlimited, hyper-realistic live-action videos like these.
my data is on. So having said that, you can come back here, and how do you know you are going to do something until you do it? Click on it, click OK, and it adds. You see, this was a former one. This is it for this new text I created. This is it here. And let's move ahead. Now with this three dot sign, I can use it to upload image from my gallery. If I want an image to be the background of my work, I click on this first button. And when I put in an image, when I've the two ways to put an image on your work is either you use this or you use this plus sign and then click on from gallery. I click on from gallery, it takes me to my gallery. Then I click on gallery and I can choose any image I want to put there. Now when I click on this one too, it does the same thing. So these are the two different ways to do it. But just that with this plus sign, the image I'm bringing on board will not be the background, and it will be small. It will be an image I can move, more like what I have here. More like more like what I have here. This was an image. Let me unlock it. This was an image I imported through this plus sign. You see how it is. I can enlarge it, I can reduce it. So this is how these things work. but for these three dot sign, any image I bring in through here with this button would be the background. It will automatically cover the background. Now let's say for instance I brought in an image through this plus sign, but I finally want it to be the background. Instead of deleting it, I just highlight on the image like this. Make sure the image is like this highlighted. And I'll come here and click on make full screen. With this full screen, the image becomes a full screen. So that is it. And you can, well, this is for the setting of size. Let's say for instance, if I want to reduce the width of this, I can come here and make it 1 1 instead of 1 2. You see the size has changed. I can also go back and change that back to what it was before. So you use that to check to select the size of what you're designing. The size of a banner is not the same with the size of what I just did now. And then this button I've really showed the work is used to write, to edit. I mean, you can use it to edit when you are highlighting your text. You can use it, click on this pencil and edit. You can also use it to copy. See, I've duplicated this button. Right. So going forward, this button here, like you would have guessed, is a delete button. Let's say for instance I want to delete one of these anything at all. I will click on delete here and it's deleted. And in case if it's something I cannot practically highlight with my finger immediately, I click on this button. This button brings out all that you are doing, all your work. So I just click on any one of them I am looking at deleting, and then boom, it's deleted. Now this is the undo button. Let's say for instance I shifted this thing here now by mistake. I didn't remember to lock them. I will just come back, press this undo, see it goes back. See it here again, it goes back. So if with this undo button you can take your work or a tool you're working with back to the original position it was before you mistakenly touched it. Now this is a zoom button. You can use it to zoom in and out. Once it is highlighted like this, you see 171, you can't touch the the different segment of the work you're working. You can only touch the background itself, um the whole resources as a bulk. I can bring it in and out. But once I remove this, anything I touch, I can easily touch a particular except the ones I locked. Like this one here, this night. If you check is locked. This night is locked. So this lock button helps you to safeguard your work the way you are positioned them. Since I've locked everything here, if you check, I cannot touch anything again. But the moment I unlock, for instance, if I unlock this one, I can move it. So with that lock button, you can keep your work from scattering. Now this is for alignment. In case you are the work you're doing has to do with tables, when you highlight this alignment, you can use it with this other tool. Okay, we're not putting a text. All right, give me a moment. um you can use a highlighting button to draw lines, and that's it. I've already spoken on this. Now going back down, this button is used to access your projects and access default backgrounds. This one, the A, is used to um create new text. And when your highlight is on text, it brings out all these other button. This is styles. You use the styles to either bring in a new image or resource and then save them. This is edit, more like what this button does also. This is delete, more like what this other one does also. When you highlight a resource or an object, you can delete it with that button. This is copy. You can use it to copy text multiple times, copy objects multiple times. All right, let's go back to it. And this is font. Let's say for instance this thing is here. Well, okay, let me keep it here. You see, it's on top of this glass. When it's I press front, assuming it's where behind, it will come to the front. But when I press back, it goes behind the glass. When I press front, it comes behind. That is the work of these buttons. Now this is position. You use it to move. The more you highlight it, the more it moves faster. Use it to move objects. The more you reduce it, the slower it goes. And when you have set your object to the position you want it, you can click OK. Now this relative position is used to automatically align your text. Let's say for instance this is here and I want to align this up middle button is what we usually use. It brings it to the center. When I press this one, it goes up, it brings it to the center. This takes it to the left, right, up and down. And this is the center. This is the center. So that is the work of relative position. This is size. It is used to increase the size of your object, the one you've highlighted. That's it. This is padding. When you want your text or anything to be more on the left, you see it's going to the left, is the left padding I'm doing. Then this is going to the right and all. And then this is color. You can use it to change the color of the text. This is most important thing you have to know here. Color dynamics is very, very crucial. Now this color is of two types. This is when it's on this color, it is normal colors that will come out. Then when it's on gradient, more like the background of this image, this work I'm doing. Gradient is something colors that have different shapes. Okay, let me first highlight the size so that we'll be seeing what I'm doing. Now this is what we're working with. This is color, and I have removed it from color to gradient. Now watch the change. You see this color I've put on this image is of two types, the darker and the grayer side. Now the darker side goes to the side. This is blue, this is green gradient, this is whatever this color is, this is blue, and it goes on and on, and it goes on and on. So this is for this. Now for instance, you're doing a work and let's say it's an image you're using, and you want the clothes of the person in that image or whatever it is, but you want to pick a color from the one of the sources you're working with, and the color is not here. All you have to do is to click this plus sign. When you click this plus sign, you if it didn't appear the way it usually should appear, you click on this last button here I'm highlighting, and then this is how it's supposed to appear normally, but it's because of the gradient color I'm using. Now you click on, when you're here, click on this one that looks like baby, for the fathers among us. You understand what I mean? The mothers too. So you click on this button, and then it brings you out the major resources on the work. You can click on this one, and then you tap here. You see, this is the indicator of the color you're choosing. If I were using this one and I tap on this, and that, you see the color is giving me. Likewise this, see the color it has given me. So let's say we're going with this red and we highlight it. Here I can also make it lighter or darker. You get the point? Click OK. Click OK. You see the gradient of this, the color gradient has changed to this texture, and this color was heated to not here. Now if I had moved my distance from gradient to color and click this plus sign again, you see it will bring me here automatically. That's what I told you. It was because it was on gradient. That was why it had to show us the formatting it showed before coming here. And you see, boom, the text color has changed again. All right, moving forward. Let's say this is one text bulk I have done. If you check the together, new text, together. So this is one bulk, but I don't want everything to be the same color. Let's say I just want the end to be this red. What I will do is go back to white, which is the fourth color. Then I will move this thing to N only and click red. See, only the N is on red. Any side I put it to will come to red. See, W and T is back on red too. Now that is the work of color. Now texture is used. Let's say I want to pick an image from a color from an image on my gallery. Then I use texture, and with texture, okay, let's do it this way. Let's click here. Okay, okay, I use this. Let's say for instance I want to use this color, this particular color right here. Click on the crown and I say okay. Do it this way. I say okay. You see, that color has automatically taken shape on my text. That's the work of this texture you're seeing here. Opacity is used to decrease the visibility of the text. See, my text has gone invisible, and then increase it. The height of opacity determines the height of the text, the visibility of the text. Rotation is used to rotate the text from one point to another. Masking is what I use to, let me cancel it now. Oh, there. Okay. That's what I, all right. That's what I use to do this. Unlock the stops. Let's delete them. That's what I use to create this thing you're seeing here. That the one text, one side is bearing another color, and the downside is bearing another color. Let me give you a practical. This video is almost getting long. I have to cut it short. Now with these, I can determine the shape I want to cut it. I want to cut it. I'll do a video on this later, so let's not go there. I'll do a video on it on that later. The fonts, your fonts is how you select the this chalk. Now if you're seeing this, any fonts you're clicking, it will show you a sample of how it will look there. You see, these are different fonts, and boom, you see how our text is looking now. Style is used to either give it bolding, italics on the line, and this T here is used to cancel a selection. This I give this a bolding style. If I click bolding again, it won't go back. It's permanent bolding. But with this cross T, I can bring it back to its original format. And also more like color, I can decide also to give a part of the text the bolding color, another part another style, metallics, and they will be like that. So that's it. All right, curve is used to bend your text, something like this, something like this, and background is used to give it a particular background color other than what the normal. See, this text have gotten its own background separate from what is there. Then alignment, if this text were many, if it were right up, I can either align it to the left, to the right. Okay, let's show an example quickly. Let's say, all right, let's say I'm writing something like this, and they are in different forms. You get the point now. Alignment. Now I want to, this text is aligned to the left. I want to align to the center. You see how it changes. Align it to the left, align to the center, align to the right. So that is the work of alignment. Okay, all right, we're almost done here. And then spacing is used to move your word, give it space, and then you can choose either words or the letter itself. A letter is new text. New is a letter, text is a letter. New is a word, text is a word, but the letters are the N, E, N, E, W, and the rest. All right. That being said, line spacing also, you want to bring it. This is for longer text. can make it longer. And then stroke is used to give your text a. I will also make a video on this later. So that is about it. 3D. I want to turn this text to 3D, and then you can darken it, and then you see how our text is looking now. This is it. This is it. All right, that's about it. Now. For it's not every this A is used to control objects that are text, but for objects that are like this picture I gave here, you can't control them with these buttons. Let's say, for instance, let me highlight something to show you an example now. Let's say I'm working on this cup. You see, because I highlighted that cup, you see the text has the buttons on this A has disappeared. But if I highlight this one, they will appear back. So this A is used for only textual objects, while for objects that are normal objects and not non-text, look at the option that controls them. When you click on this option, all those things that were formerly under text will also come out. See texture, see color, you see resize. I didn't talk about resize. Resize is used to change the size. If you don't want to manually do that here, you can change the size from one size to another. It was on 25. All right. So you can see almost everything I explained on the text is here. Then erase color, I didn't talk about it here. Erase color should be here too. Okay, it's because is the type of text I have here. Let me show us. Okay, let's not deal on that. Let's go back to now. For erase color, you use it to erase a certain color you don't want on the listing. Now on the normal, this erase color on the normal, we use it to okay, let's go back. We use it to select a particular color we want to keep, and it removes the rest. So if, for instance, if I say something like I I don't want this color now, I want to remove it, what will happen? It has removed. If you watch, let me brighten it. If you watch, this cup is having a problem. But if I go look, watch the middle of that cup. If I go back, look at how it was before. Let's direct this. You see, look at how this cup was before. You're not seeing that purple background, but when I on it, you see the purple background is back because it has erased that particular color. So that is its effect to remove color. This is rotate, this is 3D rotate, and we're not to bother ourselves about these options now, the 3D shape and all, you know, make it move more like the text. How I did this text, use it to give the object a 3D, so you can move it up and down. So that one is quite. Then this button here is used to control the background. This is how I choose the background color. You can use it to change the background from one color to another when you're working. And this is for the gradient. You can also choose normal colors but not gradients. You get a point. So that's the work of this side. Now when you're doing a text, let's say for instance when you're doing logo, and logos shouldn't have a background because you're going to use it on different work. So this is what you use. You use this particular transparent to make that logo without a background. And this is how to put an image size. This is how to bring image from the gallery for this one. Then you want to snap, use this one. And that's about all the major buttons here. I hope this video